Okay, here we go again.
Here we go again.
I know it.
Well, we're not even counting anymore because we just have so many.
We are overachievers, and you're welcome for all this giving of the podcast.
I love that start.
We're here for you.
We are here for you. And welcome to the two Michelles.
One question. Podcast.
Yeah. Okay, so this was a kind of a last minute thought of this question for today is what kind of legacy do you want to leave when you're gone? And I got inspired because I was at a birthday party yesterday and I was very honored to get this invite. In our town in Grand Rapids, Charlie Boylan is a woman who needs no introduction to a lot of people. I have only just met her though. I only met her like a month ago and I was captivated by her. A woman who her husband, Irish, he's like, hey, I want to buy a bar.
Yep.
He had another job. He's like, here, I'm buying this bar. You get to run it. And she's like, I've never worked in hospitality a day in my life. She learns how to do it. They sell it on a land contract. Didn't have this restaurant. It was the Time Out at the time for 9 years.
Yep.
And then they get it back. And her husband's like, yeah, let's sell this bar. And she's like, no, because she had to go to court. She had to deal with all this stuff. She had to teach herself how to run a business and had done all this work. And she's like, now put her foot down. And then her family's like, let's change the name. And her daughters are like, it needs to be called Charlie's. They renamed it Charlie's. 1969, she started doing this.
Yeah, it's a staple on the north end of our city. It's been there for many, many years. There was another bar called Stoney's up and around on 4 Mile, which is now up on 4 Mile there. It's got two.
Bud and Stanley's.
Bud and Stanley's used to be Stoney's. That's where we're doing. But Charlie's became the new Stoney's because all the Northview, all the school parents,
that was your old hood.
Everybody, yeah. So everybody hung out at Charlie's, and she is a staple.
She's a staple. She will not say how old she is, so everyone was trying to guess what her birthday was.
Oh, that
yesterday.
Was a fun group, I bet.
Fun. There were hundreds of people there. And I'm like, this woman has touched so many lives and she is just a joy to be around. I sat and I've talked to her. Now I've done a story on her and Jody, her daughter, now owns and runs the restaurant, but she's still there all the time.
Yeah.
And people were like, she can't be 90. She can't be 90. I mean, she looks amazing. She is spry. She goes out, does all these things. But yeah, that made me think, man, I want to be like Charlie. And that's,
Because even if somebody else buys the bar, much like Bud and Stanley's bought the bar named Stoney's is still a legacy. Right. Like you think about the night my dog got hit by a car, he lived, but my parents, I had to call on a landline, Stoney's, and they said, Donna and Bill, your daughter's on the phone. Like it was that kind of thing. So that those memories, and they rushed home and Pooh was fine. We had to take Pooh to the vet, but fine. But I mean, you remember stuff like that. You remember the food too. You remember the food that these places had. But yeah, Charlie's is a staple. The food is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, and then these people are like family, right? You show up and you get treated well and you make friends and then you just keep going and then you become a family. And there aren't that many of those places around, I don't think, anymore.
So there's a radio engineer in town. He is now retired, but he and his wife raised their kids on the north end, started going when their kids were little. Now they're grandparents, and they get the same booth every Friday night. Nobody takes their booth, and they get the same thing. And that's why my parents loved Stoney. You just want that. You want what you want. Yeah. And they sit there and they see the same people. They get the same meal every Friday. They look forward to it. If they're not there, Charlie calls them. Seriously.
Right? Yeah.
Says, where are you guys? And so it's that kind of place. But yeah, she has been around for a minute.
Yeah. And so it just...
Oh, I bet there were all kinds of people there yesterday.
And of course, I'm new to town. I'm like, these people are like, I've known Charlie for decades. I'm like, I've known her for like a month. But she called me and personally invited me to her birthday. So I was like, I can't not go.
See.
And just to see, there was a band. And I mean, it was packed. It was wall to wall.
Yeah. At the bar, at Charlie's.
Eating, drinking, outside. I mean, there wasn't a parking spot to be had. And I'm just like, gosh, what, how cool to live that life and to have done that and to have accomplished so much. I mean, she clearly is a worker and just has drive, but also is so kind and loving. And I was thinking, gosh, that's what I want to do. I want to be legacy, that, right?
Well, I will tell you this, and you don't get rich doing what Charlie did. She's not a rich woman at all. She has one bar Right. And by the way, the prices are not enough for her to be rich. It's next. I mean, it's such a great deal. It's such, even the drinks, everything there.
Totally.
It's in North End. So it's not about that. It's not about leaving money to the kids. It's not about that. It's about teaching. I would say her legacy then would be, well, the building itself, the name itself, the feeling itself, but also hard work. Look at her daughter now. And look at her kids now. They're like, Mom.
Right. And her daughter's like, I can't let this bar go to someone else.
Yeah.
I need to carry on this legacy. And she's like, I grew up in this. This is all I know. I will take this on. Right. And literally they just tell Charlie, hey, sit down, have a glass of wine, chill out. And she's like down doing work and greeting everybody and running to the store and doing all the things. And I'm like, just an amazing human. So what do you want to be remembered for? What do you want? My 90th birthday or my 80th birthday.
What would you like to look back and see? Right.
You know,
yeah.
I want to be fun, but I want to be someone who shares the love. You know, I want to be someone who people look at and they're like, well, I give good hugs. That does.
Yeah, you do.
You're follow me.
You're a tight hugger. You're a good hugger. No, and I mean that you're like a meaningful hugger. Some people just do the pat. I don't like the pat.
Don't grandpa pat me.
Yeah, don't pat. Pat's a hey buddy.
That's what
or the side hug.
My daughter pats me on purpose
because
you're mess with me.
Oh, because I don't.
She's like, oh, grandpa pat.
Is that a thing for you? Because I always say don't pat. That's a thing for me.
Yes, and she does that just to be. Then she'll smack me on the butt.
When like a love of my life will hug me and pat, and I go, don't pat. I don't want the pat. No. The pat means we're buddies.
It's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you had to be like specific, like sitting there at, I was recently at a 90th birthday party too. And this woman had her kids and grandkids and all of this. I got news for you. I don't know that I'm going to have a grandchild. I know.
Does that make you sad?
It doesn't make me sad. It doesn't. I can't. It's his life. Let him. What makes me sad is that I know he would be a great dad and it would really enrich his life. But as far as me, I'm okay. Like I don't need the grandkids running around and eating. So it's not going to be really that,
right?
You know, for me. But for you, what? Like, gosh, you had to say.
I want the people I love just around me and just having a good time.
To want to be there.
Yes.
See, that's the thing. Because the thing that I see with you, because you always say you're new to town, but then it also feels there's nothing you don't do. New. There's nothing you don't get involved in, though. But for being so new, which how many years?
It's like 4 in August.
Okay. For how many years that you've been here and working in a very public job, very public television broadcaster, I would say one thing that I would have to say about you is that loyal, but also you bring people together and you already do that. Only that, like I've been here forever and I'm like, how do you know that? I don't even know that person. I should know that person because trust me, they should know me. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, you already like bring people. That's something that is not a lot of people do that.
So that's, and I'm glad
that's a good legacy
for saying that. Yeah. A connector. I would
good.
love to own up to the label of connector, right? I am not necessarily a disruptor. But a connector. Yes. Yep. I will live and die by that.
I agree.
You are too though, but I mean, you really do know everyone.
Well, I would want to be more of a teacher.
Okay.
I want to be, my thing is I get crazy about, I don't know very much, but what I do know, I know. And, I'm starting to know what I don't know. That's hard to do. That's hard to do to admit. But
starting to know what you don't know.
This, broadcast thing and this, way to, which is now, it's so watered down with all the social media and how to do it. But as far as endearing yourself to an audience, that's something that entertaining. That's something I know. That's something I know. Get out the tap shoes. That's something I know. And so that I would like to bring that. I'd like to teach that. I'd like to teach that, or at least I would like to say I'd love to my legacy to live on in radio, but it's not going to because it's going to be.
But that's the beauty is that in all of this content creation, you can share that gift at a whole different level and impact a whole different round of people, generation who are really changing the way we communicate.
Because I always get cocky about podcasters. I always say, if you guys only had the basics, if you only had the radio basics, you'd be like everybody podcasts. The water, it's inundated, blah, blah. But if you only had the basics, you would be above and beyond. You would be above and beyond because what you have to say is interesting, but it also matters how you say it. How you say things matters when somebody's listening. You can't just vomit your thoughts. I mean, you can, but then you're going to lose us. If you want to be impactful, there's a way to do it. Yeah. I just showed you with that pregnant pause.
I was going to say,
yeah,
reel me in.
But seriously, because everybody on earth, I don't care if have never left your house. Everybody on earth has a great story.
Yeah.
And you know that because you have also the gift of bringing stories out at people. You know, they want to tell you.
Everyone does have a story,
yeah.
but there is an art to sharing your story.
100%.
And figuring that out takes time and it takes work.
Yeah.
And you're a fabulous storyteller.
So I wasn't.
You also have really great stories to tell too.
I've lived, damn it. No, but I wasn't always like that. I remember I had a boss tell me, well, we literally had a person in our company say, God, can I even say this anymore? This is before me too. I hate to say it like that, but this is before. We had a woman in our company. I went to a lunch with her and she's like, when the pizza boy knocks on the door in a porn, you don't say, what's the flavor pizza? You get to it. She goes, like a story. Nobody cares about the flavor pizza. They want to get to the banging. And so if you can get to the in a story,
banging,
I know, isn't that terrible? That's such a terrible analogy, but so true.
But it nails it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess that would be like a professional legacy, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think the word legacy is a lot.
It is a lot, but we all do leave a legacy in and of itself.
Footprint. Well, I can only speak
impact.
Like my father passing away.
Right. And
his legacy is I've had guys who are 60 and 70 come up to me, 60 and 65 say, my dad was an a-hole. Your dad was a football coach and your dad is like my dad. That's why I haven't seen these kids in 40 years. They show up for my dad or I were at the doctor's office one day and there's a guy in an office and he's from Grand Rapids, but we're out in Muskegon with my parents. And he hears me say, Bill Gorel, get in here. And he comes running out and he goes, Coach Gorel, you were my coach. And I know, Dave. And he was like amazing. So that's a legacy. Like my dad left a legacy of being a coach, being but so that's like when I say legacy and with 5 kids and all these grandkids.
Well, he was a giver. Yeah. Right. Your dad was a giver and invested in people.
Yeah.
And
yes, didn't care about money, did not care about leaving. Clearly didn't care about leaving money, but no, but was always there to have a good time. In fact, my niece and nephew out in California found recordings of my dad. My dad used to send him cassette tapes in the mail. Of stories. Hi, Simon. Hi, Karen. Of stories. And when
was this?
When he had to be in his 40s. He had to be in his 40s.
Okay, so like 70s?
Yep. And he would send, because they were little, because they're now, I'm 60, she's 55. So when they were little, so it was 45 years ago, he's 90. So in his 40s.
So what kind of stories would he share?
He would tell stories. He did the 3 bears.
Oh, like reading books.
He did the 3 bears only in 3 different speeds. The mama bear, the baby bear. And I swear to you, if I could dig it up right now, I could.
You come by that honestly then, if he was broadcasting in his own right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, right. That is kind of funny, but yeah, he would send them videos. Audio recording. Oh my goodness. Stand by.
Are you going to play it?
The story in regular speed.
These are the 3 bears.
This is a story about the 3 little pigs.
3 pigs.
Their mommy said it was time for them to go out into the world and seek their own fortune.
Okay, so that's the slow motion. Then he would do it fast. Time out. The 3 little pigs in speed. Wait, let me see.
The woods in the square by the wood. You buy the market, you go by the wood. So, but we don't nice. We don't buy we were thanks, but the many times was all done. You're totally thinking it's what you do these way. I got some bricks. You got bricks in that. I got bricks. So they cheap.
Okay, we'll go to the very end when he said,
See you soon.
Wait, here it is. Wait.
after.
We didn't know these existed. Big Ben.
Build
a house down.
Build fire. What is it? I got a rock and eat to a beach water. Right in the fireplace, and then that's all it's and the big one is all gone. Everybody live happy ever after. It's just like that story.
Like he put music on
like
there too?
Favor.
No, that's his voice. Yeah, and they huff and puff and throw the bite. The big bad wolf was all gone. My point
Did he
is,
read like that to you when you were a kid?
yeah, he used to tell the story of Sugar Lump Lump. He made it up.
Yeah.
That's a legacy too. I guess it is a legacy.
Yes.
It was all these vegetables would be walking down the street and they were all on their way somewhere and nobody knew where they on their way. It turns out they were in a bowl of soup for the giant. This giant was, they ended up with a lump of sugar to make it sweet. So Sugar Lump Lump's like, where are you going? And he followed I know it's basically a story of death.
They all went into the giant belly.
They all get murdered in the end and become soup for a giant. I am so sorry.
And they all lived happily ever after.
I have commandeered this podcast.
Well, whatever.
I am sorry, but
I love that.
But that's a legacy. Like that's,
Right. Well, and I guess being parents too, you automatically, your legacy is your children, right? And I mean, a legacy can be bad too, can't it?
Oh, yeah.
Like, right. I don't want to be.
I guess if you're in jail, if you go to jail, your legacy is that's the ex-con,
right? I know. So that could go downward pretty well. I'm going to try my best not to be the ex-con.
You've been in jail though before, which we've heard on this show. We've heard ship sailed.
Yeah, I know.
Giselle know.
I'm an ex-con.
Giselle know you went to. Did you go to jail?
Well, they put me. I mean,
did you get handcuffed? You went in a cell. Does Giselle know? Does your daughter know?
I don't know if she knows.
Your mom's jailbird.
I mean,
were you wearing orange?
It was like no, I didn't.
Orange is a new.
They did not put me in.
I got arrested, but never cuffed. Never cuffed, never brought anywhere. I paid it. He let me pay it right on the spot.
Well, that's back in the old days.
Yeah.
Where you could be like, hey, the guy took the money, put it in his pocket, and was like,
probably.
Yeah.
Probably. Oh, my God. But yeah, your legacy is like Mason is a good kid, as a nice, good person, productive member of the society, married, a lovely, that's a legacy.
Yes.
Amazing. But other than that, I kind of living for the now. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to
being an awesome dog mom.
I'm not saving money like I should though. And you should for a legacy.
To like donate? I mean, there you go. I mean, what?
I don't know, to retire, to have, to be, I mean, I guess when I go, you can't
you might want to retire someday.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You can't take it with you, can you? You might as well spend it.
Right. But like, you got to save enough to be able to, like, that's the hard part. How do you determine how much you need to retire and live in comfort when you don't know how long you're going to live?
This podcast brought to you by Jacobs Financial Services. Should you need it? And it all goes to, have you heard about an annuity?
I'm like, I have so many questions.
You will
Michelle.
get checks. You will get paid. Until your money will outlive you. But that is a good one. And I would, you were asking me about your legacy is bringing people together. I know you get angry, but you really only get angry when you're standing up for something. Like I get angry just because I'm impatient. You don't get I get
impatient too. I think we both have road rage.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
I would just love to have a big party. Like when I die, I'm like, burn me up and have a giant party.
Like Burning Woman. Instead of Burning Man.
Like Burning Woman.
Yeah.
Right. Just burn me up first and scatter my ashes all over.
I would like a party too. Have you ever been to a wake, an Irish wake?
No.
Once in my life. It was here in town. Once in my life. The amount you laugh and then you cry and then because everybody's hammered, right, yeah. And then you laugh and you cry but it goes all day. The funeral's in the morning. You're like a 9 a.m. funeral, and then at like 3 in the morning you're raging.
Holy cow!
At their house. Sure. Yeah. Sometimes they're laying in the living room. So seriously, sometimes the body's still in the living room. Yeah. Oh no. Right. You have the funeral. It's in the living room. You drink around it. Like that's a very.
Wow.
I know it.
In the house.
Insane. Yeah, it's insane.
I don't know if I want to do that.
It isn't, but it's actually a joyous and
yeah. I want that atmosphere. I don't know if I want somebody's or my body to be. That's why burn me up, right? You can keep my ashes somewhere. I'm going to baggy.
I have a rule, though. This is why I want to be burned up. And nobody, and you could be on this committee too. I want you to make sure that nobody stands over me and says, "Oh, she looks good for being dead." I will wake up and cut a bitch. Who does that? But I won't be laid out. I don't want to be laid out though either. No.
So you want to be cremated?
Yeah, with a really cute picture and then some thrown in Lake Superior.
Yes.
Specific. What about you? Do you know?
I want to be cremated for sure. 100%. And I mean, if some people want to take me and scatter my ashes, I would love to. Like, I'd choose Lake Michigan, but that's, any of the Great Lakes would do.
Okay.
And I just want a big party. Please don't have me sitting in an urn somewhere, like hanging out. I don't need that. I just want the people I love to say we loved her. She was fun.
I better have a cute picture though. Like I want my picture to be cute.
I will not allow that to happen.
No. And I decide which age picture.
You better pick that out. And part of your what is it? Your directive. This is the photo you're going to use at my funeral.
Here's a clipboard for you. Dunaway, you get a clipboard.
Okay.
But yeah, this is a good thing to think about. Like it is a thing because I think we're young enough to think about what you want your legacy. There's always time.
I was going to say I still have time to make
that
happen. And then I want to be generous. Like I want to have enough money that I can be generous. Like when my financial planner asked me all these questions about, oh gosh, we're going long.
It's okay.
What would you do if you knew you were dying tomorrow? Or what are things that you want? And I'm like, I want to be able to buy tables at fundraisers. Like I want to be able to go to a fundraiser and buy my own tickets.
You're not playing.
Well, some of these are like tickets that are like $500 a piece.
You want to get them and go. I
want a full table. I want to be able to be like, boom, I just bought this table. I invited all my friends and I want to introduce them to, I'm talking about Special Olympics, but whatever charity I
see, that's good too. It would be that, children, it would go children, that, and then animals third.
Animals too.
I used to be animals first, but then I realized that there are children. That humans yeah, I'm trying to keep it.
Support both.
Right. Both can be true. Both can be true.
Animals support us so much, so we need to give back. I get it. Okay. Gosh, that went by.
This was fun. I know it because we're fun. We're fun. If you have a question that you'd like to ask or a guest you'd like us to have on the show, we'd be more than happy to. It's Two Michelle's One Question. Make sure you like and subscribe. You can email us. You can message us. You can DM us. All of it. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're everywhere.
We're not on Facebook.
I know, but you can find Michelle Dunaway.
You can find us as humans individually on Facebook if you'd like. Otherwise, go to Instagram or TikTok because that's where we typically live.
All righty.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks, guys.